Okay, hey coaches, we're going to go ahead and get started. I, there was quite a bit of chatter today, later this afternoon, about short links, and I thought I would just weigh in, hopefully to save, honestly, some people some heartache. I kind of learned a while back a few things on creating short links that has helped me. Um, this kind of comes from a lot of recommendations for Bitly, which I used as well, and it is a viable way to create short links. And I know in the context here of the coaches, obviously many of you want to be able to create a short link so you can remember your different affiliate links and it not be so long so that you can remember it, so it's easier for others to remember. And so Bitly certainly allows you to do that. I'm going to try to make this fast, but there's a couple of things that I've done which have set me up, I think, for long term being able to have flexibility. So I'm going to first cover the reasons why I would recommend that you use something other than Bitly. I'm going to recommend one called Rebrandly. I honestly try to have affiliate links for everything that I use, especially things that I actually use, but I don't have an affiliate link for Rebrandly. I am going to put up the link here so you can see it. I have actually created a short link in Rebrandly, and it's this one that you see at the bottom of the screen. That is actually a short link with a domain, a domain that I've actually registered. So one of the cool things about Rebrandly, I think you can actually do this with Bitly as well, but with Rebrandly for sure, you can, with the free account, you can have up to 5 custom domains, or what's the other term that they use for it? Vanity domains. So the one I use the most nowadays is this simple link without the I, so simplelnk.com. I also have strammel.link, and I have oilycadre.me. So oilycadre is one that I use when I'm kind of in the context of essential oils and that type of thing. But since I'm doing a lot more generic things, if you will, that are not essential oil specific, I'm using this simplelink.com domain the most. Now these domains, I'm going to kind of go all over the map, but because I don't have an agenda per se or an outline, but let me try to start going in some sense of an order with regards to Rebrandly. But let me first, even before I do that, let me tell you why I would say the 2 primary reasons I think that I would suggest that you not use Bitly and use Rebrandly or another tool that's similar to it. I've not done a lot of comparisons of other ones. Rebrandly came highly recommended to me, and I really liked it, so I've not had a need to go look for something else. So main reasons why you would want to use Rebrandly over Bitly. Number 1, with Bitly, it's not the most popular with Facebook. So I've actually experienced this. I've found this in research that I've done where others have said there are times where Facebook actually will not validate your short link if it's on Bitly. So I don't know why that is, but they don't. So that's maybe minor in one sense. The bigger reason why I don't use Bitly is because once you create a short link, it's set. So in other words, the long link that's underneath the short link, you cannot reassign that. That may not sound like a big deal, but I'll give you some reasons why it could be a big deal. And honestly, until I started doing affiliate links, like with coaching and other things where maybe the actual underlying link might change, prior to that, I didn't care, or I didn't see a need for it. But I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that for whatever reason, our affiliate link for the ULA store, let's say that they change the underlying link and go to a different affiliate program altogether. I think recently that actually happened. Thankfully, I think it happened, but thankfully I already had my link in Rebrandly, and so when that underlying link changed, I just went to the actual short link and I changed it. I'll show you that here in a minute. I'll share my screen and I'll show you how you would do that. So that's really cool. With the free account, I'm just going to give you some of the highlights of what you get. You get up to 5,000 clicks a month that are tracked that you can look at the analytics on. I'm gonna have to do a longer talk on Rebrandly probably, because I could literally, it's crazy how long you can spend on one thing, but I could spend an hour talking about Rebrandly and how I use it, and even more generally how to optimally use short links. So where was I at? Sorry about that. So yeah, with Rebrandly, 5,000 tracked clicks a month, and with that analytics, you get to see how many clicks. You get to see actually the source of the click. In other words, whether that click came from Facebook, Twitter, the different social media accounts, a website. It tells you what region, country, if you will, what country it came from, those types of things. So that's really cool. You get a total of 500 links for free. So I'm at 170 or so of my 500, and some of those at some point I may have to delete so I can create new ones. The other thing you can do, you can have what's called a custom slug. So in other words, you have your either Rebrandly or rebrand.ly/ and then whatever the last part of that's going to be, that's called the slug. I almost always customize my slug because typically I'm creating a short link for something where I want to be able to remember it. So for example, it's very easy for me to know my StreamYard link is simplelink.com/StreamYard. Typically, if you let it create it on its own, it's going to create a random one, and it's 3 characters, I think, typically. Some of mine are 3 characters, some of them are not. Mine for my Facebook group, for example, or my Facebook page for my actual name, Shane Trammell Facebook page, is simplelink.com/FPBS, I think, for Facebook page Shane, something along those lines, right? So I can't honestly remember 176 links, but the ones that I use most often, I use them often enough for one, and since I've been able to create the slug to be what I want it to be, it's actually pretty easy to remember. Another one, for example, for the coaching thing, right? For me, it's simplelink.com/O or COLC for Certified ULA Life Coach. So I can always remember if I'm going to put in an email, if I'm going to post it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, in my bio, whatever, simplelink.com/COLC, and I'm done. Now, if ULA, for example, switched from Thinkific to some other platform, Teachable, whatever it would be, I'm just using that as an example, then I don't have to go figure out where I've posted all those links, and I would never be able to figure it out anyway. And even if I was able to figure it out, in some cases wouldn't be able to change it depending on what I was doing. So now with Rebrandly, I can just go in and change the link. So let me actually share my screen. I'm going to share the Rebrandly screen, and I'm going to make it prominent. And then now I'm going to go over here to that, and we're going to walk through a little bit of it. So you can see the main screen here where we've got basically my main screen. So all of the 170 links I've created, I've got them all right here. For those that are using StreamYard, for example, I mentioned this in the pre-live, if you will, about how with StreamYard, when you want to have guests, I'm going to click on this, when you want to have guests, StreamYard, when you say invite guests, they give you a link. Now, that link is going to be different for every time that you have, quote unquote, a conference, or every time you create a broadcast for StreamYard. Now, I'm never going to have more than one going at a time, so what I do to make it easy for sharing this will be my link when I want to send a link to someone to be able to come on StreamYard as a guest. That is the link I will always use. Now, depending on what broadcast I'm working on, once it's given to me, I will come in here. I can click on that and I can cut and paste in there whatever it needs to be. Another interesting thing you can do, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in that, but you do have UTM capabilities where you can basically track that link with what's called UTM codes, and so you can know where that click is coming from, that type of thing. Of course, with Rebrandly, I already know a lot of that anyway, so I don't need to. Another cool thing is you can create a QR code. These QR codes are pretty plain, so I typically don't use this, but you can, again, for every link, you can create a QR code, and then you can save it by clicking on that. I do not think Bitly gives you that capability either. Of course, you can delete it. You can click here, and I can share it out. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, in an email. The other cool thing, I'm not going to actually show that. You can have, you can load a Chrome extension, and that will allow you to very quickly, basically just hover over a link and then create a Rebrandly short link for that. That also will happen in Facebook. So if you cut and paste a link into Facebook, it can give you the opportunity to create a short link for it. So that's pretty much it. You know, it's pretty cool here. I can put in search criteria, and I put in COLC so you could see. So here's my certified ULA life coach affiliate link. We actually got that under 2 different domains. That's the other cool thing you can do. You can literally have, and this can be beneficial, and Bitly doesn't allow you to do this. I can have multiple short links for the same long link. And that's actually can be very powerful, because what you could do, although it could get confusing, you'd have to keep up with it. I could have one short link that's used on Facebook, one short link that's used on Twitter, one short link that's used in my emails. Now, I don't do that because that's just more than I want to keep up with, but the fact that you have the capability of doing that is amazing. So here you can see some of my statistics. I'd love to be able to say that I've got more than 13 clicks, but the good thing is it was 1 day ago someone clicked on it. You can look at it by hours, days, months. So there's the activity in March, April, May was a good month with regards to comparison, and then now in June. You can see, like I had mentioned, what part of the world. You can actually say show countries, and 92% of it from the United States. Someone crazy. That's crazy. Someone from the United Arab Emirates. I think I know where that probably came from. Don't have time to talk about that, although I'd love to, because it's related to lead generation and ConvertKit and an email list. So I'll save that for another day, another time. You can look at your click type, so unique versus non-unique. So if someone visits this more than once, they're not going to get counted twice. So that's actually helpful from a statistics perspective, so that you know how many unique clicks you got. You can also see the most popular time. I don't use that so much. Most popular days. Shows you which browser it came from. So that's interesting. In this particular case, this link was not has not been clicked on through social media. So other links that I've got for a moment, let's just use one that's got more clicks. But you can see here that you get your total clicks as well. Okay, so here's one, 23. This is my short link for DreamHost, which, by the way, I recommend if you don't have a domain provider or a web hosting provider. I highly recommend that you consider DreamHost. It's very well suited for WordPress websites, and it's also very budget friendly. So here, for example, that's really interesting comparison. This is 100% from social media. So they're 65% in the app, 34% from Chrome, but it's all social media. Smartphone, desktop, tablet, that's pretty cool as well. Operating system, so gives you a lot of stuff. If we show countries here, okay, that's 100% America, so that's not a very international oriented thing. So let me see what else I want to show you. Maybe I will show you the domains. So here you can see the 3 domains that I have activated. If you don't do that and you have the free version, you're not going to have as much flexibility, just like you would with Bitly, on the custom slug, because that custom slug, if it's Rebrandly / StreamYard, if someone else using Rebrandly has used the same thing, that's going to be unavailable for you. That's the beauty of having your own domain. And a lot of times these .me domains are like, I don't know, $3 a year, $5 a year. Go to DreamHost, use my link, get it there. Go to GoDaddy, go wherever you go to get a domain. And then the one other feature, which I will mention, and again, I know that a lot of this stuff gets very, very detailed, so put a comment here if you've got more questions on that. But another really important thing that you want to be able to do is to have an SSL secured link. So that will make them more universally acceptable no matter where you're posting them. That means that they're secure. That's when you get the lock. See the lock up here. Anytime you go to a link or domain where that's unlocked, then it's technically not secure. And with Rebrandly, you get those security certificates, as they're called. You get them for free. So that's pretty cool. Let me see what else, if anything. I will briefly show you my subscription. So when I look at the subscription, it tells me how many clicks tracked per month, 516 at this point in time, of a total of 5,000. As I mentioned, I've got 170 of 500. And then here, this shows me all the capabilities. All the ones that have a check mark are the ones that I can do. All the ones that are not checked are the ones that are only available through a paid plan. If I go to upgrade plan, I'm not going to actually scroll through all of this. I will eventually go to the starter plan at least, so that I can do some other things. Primarily, I guess it's really if you think about it, well, it's 5,000 branded links. So I've got a long time before I honestly need to go to a paid plan, because I can have up to 500. Really, the only thing that starts changing is the clicks tracked per month. So, as you get more and more capability, then, you can do other things. Now, one of the features I would love to have, which you don't even get until you get into some of these premium plans, is what's called deep link. And also to be able to do a pixel. So I'm not going to get into that either, because again, that's why I could talk literally an hour on this. So I'm going to go back now to StreamYard, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I don't need to share the screen anymore. So again, simplelink.com/Rebrandly, or just go to Rebrandly.com. But I would love for you to use this link so I can just see how many people went. I'll admit that's a vanity thing. I just love to see how many people went there. A lot of things I do simplify things. I would like to believe they're not vanity oriented, but this would be simply a vanity thing. It'd be kind of nice to see how many of you went and checked it out. But I would say you really kind of, I had to recreate a number of links when I moved over to Rebrandly from Bitly, but it was the best thing I ever did with regards to that. I'm trying to think, there was one other thing that I noted that I wanted to cover, if I could. Let me see if my notes. I'm looking right now, and I don't remember what it was, and I'm already 22 minutes in. But the big one is to be able to change the link underneath it. The other one was, I think, StreamYard. Since we're talking about StreamYard, you guys, simplelink.com/StreamYard, if you wanted to do that. And what I like about StreamYard, among the other things, is that I can literally use it as a conferencing tool for up to 6 people. And I just did that with StreamYard, changed the information down at the bottom. Can use that as a conferencing tool for up to 10 people, you and 9 guests, and you can have 6 people at any point in time on the screen. The others would be, quote unquote, in the not game room, the green room. I did a show probably about a month ago now, and the guy that hosted it literally had, I think, 11 different people. So what he did is he brought on 4 people at a time, and it was kind of like a question and answer type thing. And then he would put those 4 in the green room, and then bring another 4 into the session. So it's really cool. The one other nice thing I would say with the free version of StreamYard, you get 20 hours of live a month. But from everything I've seen, that when you're doing a conference, you don't technically have to go live. And I did that with some coaches today as a test. You don't technically have to go live. And so those hours that you're spending doing conferencing doesn't count against your 20 hours. So, I mean, you could literally have a all day face-to-face conversation. And, now with Zoom, the free version, for a while, because of COVID-19, they had made the free plan unlimited. I think it's back to 45 minutes. And the other thing with that, the minute that you basically open it up, the clock starts ticking. And I think everyone knows how quickly 45 minutes can come and go. So coaching call is a little bit later. Guess it's in 30 minutes. If it's Mountain Time. I'm on Central Standard Time, so it's 8 here. So it'll be at 7, I think. Yeah. So in a little over 30 minutes, there's the coaching call. So I'm sure everyone will be on that. But yeah, if you have questions about Rebrandly or even StreamYard for that matter, leave something in the comments and let me know. I'll try to get back with you and answer that. And hopefully this has been helpful. I think Rebrandly is a great tool. For most of us, you'd probably use the free plan for a very, very long time. 500 links, 500 short links, unless you're literally just creating short links all the time. It's that's a lot. Now, one other thing I would say, I guess, where any type of short link would be helpful, and where Rebrandly is even better, is that if you do a blog, then you can create a number of vanity links, to get people to where they need to go. Now, obviously, at some point, if you're blogging enough, you would consume those 500 fairly quickly, or within a year, you might actually use them all up, or within a couple of years. So I honestly don't use it for my blog that often. I use it more for links that are going to hang around for a good long time. Now, some blog tools like WordPress, you can actually create a short link from that, and then that would persist. And that's more just so people don't have to see something super, super long. But yeah, the one other thing that I would say with Rebrandly that I really like is, I've already said this. I just like the fact that you can change the underlying link underneath it. So I'm approaching repeating myself at this point in time. So I hope this was helpful. Hope everyone has a great rest of their evening, and we're approaching the weekend. So I do remember now the one other thing I was going to mention that's a very practical thing that I use, not for coaching or my coaching business, if you will, but I'm also a board member for the Substance Abuse Council that's in my county. And one of the things that we do is we curate, or go out and scour and find information that's helpful to our audience, but that we didn't create. but that's a part of the community, if you will, the substance abuse community, bring it to our folks. And one of those is what's called a Tech Talk Tuesday. So, we have every Tuesday, we have a hashtag Tech Talk Tuesday, and I've created a short link that anyone could memorize, or I can memorize it when I'm wanting to post it and remind people. And then I go into Rebrandly, and since that Tech Talk Tuesday is changed every Tuesday to something different, then I go and update that link. And then now when someone visits Tech Talk Tuesday, even if they look at it 3 months from now, they're going to see the most up-to-date Tech Talk Tuesday. One other thing I would mention, completely unrelated to this, but one of the other tools that I use a ton, or that I love, I don't necessarily use it a ton, but there's something called Linktree. So LINK or linktr.ee. So that's the actual web address. So it's linktr.ee. Just go there and you'll see, or go, if you want to see an example of what it would be, go to linktr.ee / your / and then my name, Shane, ShaneTrammel, and you'll see what it is. I'm going to go ahead and put the link right here, but you'll notice that one of the things that it's used, a lot of people use it to be the link that you have in your Instagram bio, so that you can actually point someone to, in essence, like a mini website where you have all of your links. Typically, it's your link to your other social media, like my Facebook link, my Twitter link, YouTube, all the things. It could be anything that can have a URL associated with it. You can put it in that link tree, and that's, again, another free tool. There are some limitations with the free tool, but I've really not found a need to go beyond the free. So I hope one of the common themes that you hear from me is I certainly love free when I can get free. StreamYard is an example of that, but I know that in some cases when thankfully I use the tool enough and it's actually helped me, then I can typically justify going to a paid plan. And one of those is email ConvertKit. I'm to the point where I'm almost have 1,000 subscribers there, and the free account only supports 1,000. And not only that, you can't do, although ConvertKit is amazing, what you can do free, what you can't do with the free account is automated sequences and rules, that type of thing. So that would be another reason why you would go to it. But anyway, go to Shane Trammel, go to this, use this. I don't know no, this is wrong. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to change this briefly or real quick. So it would be https and then linktr.ee / Shane Trammel. Okay, I was so engrossed in talking that I was not putting in the right thing. So that's the right link for a link tree that's actually being used. So even after you go to that, you'll have the option to create your own free account. So I'm over 30 minutes now, so it's time for me to say adios and mahalo. I love that term from Hawaii. So mahalo and aloha, and have a great afternoon. All right. Bye, coaches.